It's the Joe Show. Hello and welcome to the Joe Show with me, Joe. It's the Joe Show. So I've been thinking a lot about thinking, which means I've been philosophizing. And so I wanted to figure out, what the great philosophers of the past knew that I don't know today. So let's learn how the great philosophers kind of learned to think. Today's article is entitled The Daily Habits of Great Minds, Lessons from Nietzsche, Kant, Tesla, Darwin, Einstein, and Hemingway. People with stable routines are generally more efficient, happier, healthier, and less stressful. By Thomas Oppong. He's always writing good stuff. He's a machine. Great minds stick to a predictable and stable routine. Extraordinary minds start their day on purpose. Aristotle said, that's an old name, but a goodie. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Routine provides a sense of structure and familiarity. You wake up with a sense of ownership, order, and organization of your life. It actually reminds me of something I think Steve Jobs used to do. He had more or less a uniform where he would wear the exact same thing every day. And a lot of high performers actually do this because it takes one less decision out of their life. They know exactly what they're going to wear when they wake up. The same thing they wear every day. 7 copies of the same shirt, 8 copies of the same pants, and then that's it. They just roll with it. Maybe a suit for special occasions. That is it. A lot of highly productive philosophers and creative minds depend on predictable daily routines as a safe place for work. Friedrich Nietzsche, a German philosopher who became one of the most influential of all modern thinkers, was an early riser and spent a lot of his time alone at the peak of his career, mostly by choice. With a Spartan rigor. Such vivid imagery right off the bat.
With Spartan rigor.
Which never ceased to amaze his landlord grocer. Nietzsche would wake up every morning when the faintly dawning sky was still gray and work uninterrupted until 11 in the morning. And Nietzsche worked a lot. He used almost the same routine to focus on writing, reading, and understanding ideas. His schedule was disciplined, consistent, but a lot of wandering and thinking. He once said, all truly great thoughts are conceived while walking. Immanuel Kant, another German philosopher and one of the most influential philosophers in history of Western philosophy, was also a man of stable routine. He'd get up at 5 a.m. His manservant, that word is not even in there. His servant Martin Lamp, who worked for him from at least 1762 until 1802, would wake him. The old soldier was under strict orders to be persistent so that Kant would not sleep longer. Servant sounds like
his mom.
Kant was proud that he never got up even half an hour late. And even though he found it hard to get up early, it appears that during his early years he did sleep in at times. After getting up, Kant would drink 1 or 2 cups of tea, weak tea. With that, he smoked a pipe of tobacco. The time he needed for smoking was devoted meditation time. How cute, Kant. His lectures began at 7 and they would last until 11. With the lectures finished, he worked again on his writings until lunch. Go out to lunch, take a walk, and spend the rest of the afternoon with his friend Green. After going home, he would do some more light work and read. Without a routine, life just happens around you. The day either gets wasted as you try to decide what to do, or you find yourself tangled up in the wants and needs of everyone else. Routines help you achieve your goals. You know what? Actually, currently, I've been noticing that about myself, is on days when I actually have somewhat of a routine and have somewhat of a plan, I feel so much more productive and get so much more done. And on days where I struggle to figure out what I exactly need to do, I'm not productive at all. So I can totally see this routine thing happening. Benjamin Franklin asked himself each morning at 5 a.m., what shall I do today? Every night before bed around 10 p.m., what good have I done to the day? Dude, I like that he included the word good in that. Not what have I done today, but what good have I done today? What did I do that was good? How did I
freaking kill it today?
Charles Dickens famously took 3-hour walks every afternoon. What he observed informed his writing. Ludwig van Beethoven also took long walks after lunch, carrying a pencil and paper with him in case inspiration struck. Ernest Hemingway tracked his daily word output on a chart so that he could not kid himself, aka hold himself accountable. Marie Curie, a renowned scientist and known for her huge contribution to the fight against cancer, was literally described as a mad scientist or a mechanical worker because of how insanely interested she was by what she was doing. Nikola Tesla, who made dozens of breakthroughs in the production, transmission, and application of electrical power, maintained a rigid schedule. He used to walk about 10 miles a day, thinking through ideas for new inventions, and the habit eventually became something of a compulsion for him. Albert Einstein played the violin to take a break and think about his projects, claiming that it was in some ways an extension of his thinking and that it helped him solve tricky problems. Einstein apparently slept contentedly for up to 10 hours a night, on top of which he takes several naps during the day.
That's my man right there.
Einstein. Hell yeah, me and you, buddy. Call me Einstein because I'm taking naps. History's greatest minds optimized their daily lives to get on top of their games. Routine was their secret weapon. Daily routines help us make time for what matters. So there's part of me that agrees all of these people had really stringent, what sounds like good daily routines, but there's one other secret to their success that I don't see anyone talking about. And this is the secret that I can impart on you. It's very important. I picked it up because I noticed it while I was reading through this article. You know what the secret weapon is? Taking walks. He used to walk about 10 miles a day while walking. Take a walk, 3-hour walks every afternoon, long walks after lunch. You want to be a great mind in history? Take a walk, my friend. Get out there, move your feet, and walk around. That's the secret. Walking. You're welcome. You just got to credit me when you become one of the greatest minds in history. This has been today's Joe Show. If you like my content, please click subscribe below. I release a video every single day. Hit the bell so you can be notified when I unleash a new video. In the meantime, read something good. This has been a Joe Show.